Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where last episode we destroyed basically a full lance. There's a Davian reinforcement lance here that we've destroyed 3 of. There's still a Madcat Mark II over here. And there's also, up over this way, 3 units of a Davian lance. We destroyed 1. There's a Marauder wielding a heavy Gauss, and there is a Rakshasa with quite a bit of heat generation. And a Battlemaster that's pretty close to dead. Now, there's also these guys up here. These are Capellan units, and they are actually fighting the Davian units. They're also hostile to us, but there's a bit of a crossfire going on over here. So we need to eliminate this Madcat Mark II as soon as possible. We're going to move up with our Awesome here. We do have rear arc on this Battlemaster. I don't think that's actually helpful, though. So we're going to fire on the well, actually, our hit odds are better on the Battlemaster. We would get a knockdown on him. We're going to have to not fire a heavy PPC here due to heat, I believe. Actually, we can get away with firing the heavy PPC. You know what? Do it.
Rear armor it is.
So that's going to be a knockdown, guaranteed.
Good.
There we go. Down goes the Battlemaster. Cool. Now, we don't want to kill the Battlemaster. We want to leave that for the Capellans. So we're going to move in with our Salamander over here. Our Salamander is running very hot. And that's because of the Rakshasa over here. So we're going to position over this way, and we're probably just going to brace. There we go. Next up is our longbow. Our longbow is going to position over here. This is obstructed LOS on the Madcat Mark II. Still pretty good hit odds. Pretty good on the Marauder as well. That Marauder is a bit of a threat to us. But so's the Madcat Mark II. Our heat is running relatively high. I think we're going to go for the Madcat Mark II here. Now, the ELRMs will do less damage, actually, on the Madcat Mark II than they will on the Marauder. Well, this is only doing 3, allegedly. It's in medium range. 3 there versus 4 here. Okay, so we are, in fact, better off doing this then. Now, we're going to have to not fire one of our enhanced LRM-15s, but that's okay. We'll just strip off some armor off of this Madcat Mark II. That's a pretty good armor strip, all things considered. Next up is going to be our Fafnir.
Yep.
The Fafnir is going to step in over here.
Roger.
And its mission is going to be to sink heat. Both of its UAC-20s are jammed right now. So we're going to do what we can, hopefully get the Madcat unsteady, but I don't have a lot of hope on that. Yeah, it didn't happen. UAC-20s did unjam, so that's good. The Bull Shark is going to continue dropping artillery on this Marauder. Now, I do actually want to see if we can get any direct fire LOS, and in fact, we can.
On my way.
So we can fire direct on this Marauder. The question is, do we want to fire direct fire? And the answer is yes, actually. We have a backstop there, so do it.
Loaded.
Good shooting. I like it.
Commander.
Our Battlemaster is going to position up over here. And its goal is to shoot at either the Madcat or the Marauder, whatever the hit odds are best on. And it looks like the answer is the Madcat. One of our UAC-5s is jammed right now, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. We'll fire the other one.
Target acquired.
This will make him unsteady, for sure. There we go. Now he'll be easier to hit.
Orders.
And our Atlas is going to just step on over here. Now we are running a little hot on the Atlas. We're going to have to not fire at least one ER large laser. I think we'll fire like this. We missed that Gauss rifle, sadly. We haven't broken through the armor on the Madcat yet.
Waiting on you, Commander.
The Mauler could position out over here, and that's what we're going to do. The Mauler is going to look to fire on one of these. I would rather not fire on the Battlemaster. The hit odds are not ideal on the Marauder, but if we do hit it, we'll do quite a lot of damage. So that's good. We're going to sink a little heat here. Ooh, we did hit with both of those. That's fantastic. Structure exposure in the CT on that Marauder. And we knocked him down. Beautiful. Our ally is going to move. Let's see what he's going to do. The line holder moves up, fires on the Marauder. It could get a kill here, but it doesn't. Only hits 3 missiles. None of them hit the ECT. These guys have a lot of good targets now. And that's what I want at this point. The Rakshasa is firing on the Atlas, which isn't ideal, but it's okay.
Watch my heat. I'm taking damage.
You're fine. So, phase 18, the Rakshasa is going to ace pilot. Okay. There's also a mech out here, a Capellan mech, that we don't know about. We still don't see it. So the Griffin moves up. That's going to fire at the Marauder. It could kill the Marauder here. It did destroy quite a bit of heavy Gauss ammo there. Was that all of its heavy Gauss ammo? I guess we'll find out. The Marauder gets up. Yes, that was all of its heavy Gauss ammo. It still has the plasma cannons. And it goes for the Marauder there. Okay. And then he ejects. He panics and ejects, I think. The Thunderbolt moves up, goes for the Battlemaster. It could easily get a kill here. Ammo explosion, but the explosion was contained. Leg destruction, so it didn't get the kill. Our friend the Highlander moves and doesn't do anything of note. Phase 15, the Battlemaster gets up. Let's see what he decides to do here. He goes for the Lao Hu. I like it. That's very good for us. Now these two are grouped together for artillery. The Godzilla also walks towards that. Oh, the Battlemaster fell over. Before the Godzilla fired. That was weird, right? He's panicked, but he's not dead yet. The Lao Hu will get the kill. Oh, it's going for the Atlas? Okay. I don't know why it's going for the Atlas. That's a little strange. But yeah, the Lao Hu went for the Atlas there. The Mad Cat Mark II moves up, also goes for the Atlas. It gets a structure exposure. Now keep in mind, we need that Atlas to survive. Okay. So at this point,
Commander.
our Salamander moves. The Salamander is going to head in and engage the Mad Cat. I like this side arc position slightly better.
On the move.
Now, how much armor does this thing have in this side arc? Not a whole lot, so I don't think there's a use in doing AX ammo here. I think we're better off doing improved ammo.
Here we go.
That's a lot of internal damage. Explosion contained, but that Gauss rifle is destroyed. It's not actually a knockdown on the Mad Cat, but he is very close to dead. The Awesome will finish the job here. So the Awesome is not going to fire this heavy PPC for heat purposes, but this Mad Cat is dead.
Roger that.
That's a lot of engine crits. But he isn't actually dead, technically. It is a knockdown. And he ejects. Okay, good. So, there's this Lance gone. Now we've got the Rakshasa and the Capellans. I'm not worried about the Battlemaster.
Orders?
So the longbow is going to position up over here.
Order acknowledged.
The Rakshasa is only 32%. What are our hit odds on, like, the Lao Hu? 26, 29 on the Thunderbolt. On the Godzilla, actually slightly better. We can fire just the ELRMs and get some armor shred on that Godzilla. Cool. So phase 26 is going to be the Rakshasa. We'll see what it decides to do. It shoots at the longbow. And it gets through the armor.
That was a critical hit.
I actually didn't expect it to get through the armor on the longbow there. It's just in that arm. But in that arm, we do have an enhanced LRM-15, which would be kind of difficult to replace. We're going to move up with our Mauler. I would like to position it actually here to try to protect the longbow a bit. So we're going to move it here, and we can fire on the Rakshasa. That's really our only good target. It's not a great target, but it's the only viable target. We're going to sink some heat and just pot shot the heavy Gauss. I don't expect much here. Yeah, we don't hit. I'm not shocked.
Get you next time.
Okay, so next up is the Fafnir. The Fafnir is going to sprint up over this way. I'm not going to fire the UAC-20s at the Battlemaster, I can tell you that. In fact, I think I'm just not going to fire at all.
Standing by.
Now, our Battlemaster is going to position here to try to protect the longbow's flank.
Moving out.
And we can fire on that Rakshasa again. And so we shall.
Engaging target.
A little bit of damage into it there.
Commander.
Cool. The Atlas is going to step back into this cover,
Location confirmed.
and we're just going to brace. We're hoping that they stop attacking it. The Bull Shark is going to step up over here, and I think that we go for the Thunderbolt here as the most centrally located enemy for the armor shred. Of course, we're going to have to fire the Long Tom in artillery mode. And there we go. Some good armor shred there. Okay, so this is the unit that we don't know. There it is. Shooting at the Battlemaster. That's probably a kill. It's a Griffin. That's not very frightening. Okay. The Battlemaster is actually going to stand up. That's bold. The pilot should eject. There's no doubt about it. He shoots at the Lao Hu. And nothing really happens. Okay. So the line holder is moving up. It's going to shoot at the Battlemaster. It could easily get a kill here, but it doesn't. We're okay with this. This means that there's a target for the Capellans. Our friend the Griffin moves up, also fires at the Battlemaster. That actually knocks him down again, which incapacitates the pilot. Okay, so now the only target for the Capellans is the Rakshasa, other than us. The Godzilla backs off, stays out of LOS. The Thunderbolt moves up, goes for our awesome. I don't hate that. That's completely and totally fine. Next up is going to be the Lao Hu. I would love it if that advanced over here and attacked the Rakshasa. That would be my preferred, but it does not. It moves over, goes for the Salamander. Okay.
Damage minimal.
Indeed. Okay, our turn.
Commander.
So the Mauler is, or rather the Awesome, is going to step forward over here. We're going to see what our hit odds are best on. 26.4, 26.4, and 18.8. Yeah, that's not great, is it? Given the two mechs over here, what do we think is the bigger threat to us? Honestly, I don't think either is a huge threat. So we're going to go for the Thunderbolt because it has a lower actual armor amounts.
Confirmed.
Okay, so there's some damage to the Thunderbolt.
Receiving you.
Our Salamander is going to sprint up over this way. We'd like to protect the right-hand side here because that arm is definitely very low on its armor. So we're going to turn like so. And we could fire on the Rakshasa, or we could fire on the Lao Hu. And the Lao Hu is definitely the choice here. I don't like it because I want to hit that Rakshasa,
Target confirmed.
but the Lao Hu is the choice here. Okay, so there's some damage into the Lao Hu.
Confirmed.
Now our longbow also needs to protect its right-hand side. So we're going to turn like this.
10-4.
And we're going to fire only on the Rakshasa. Now, heat-wise, we can't fire. We have to brace. I guess that's okay. They have a phase 27 mover. That'll be probably the Griffin. He moves out over this way.
Ready for orders.
Our Battlemaster is going to advance over
my
here.
way.
We need to get closed in a little bit. The Rakshasa we have mediocre at best hit odds on. We're going to keep going for the Lao Hu.
Target confirmed.
Only a little bit of damage there, not very much at all.
I'm ready.
The bull shark is going to continue advancing up here. The bull shark is right now going to be going... It's most efficient to go for the thunderbolt here, probably. Yeah, I think so. Wait, what was the hit odds for the LRM on the Laohu? Technically, the Laohu's a little bit better. Now, we could fire direct fire. I don't think that's a good thing. There's no backstop here.
Primitive.
So we're just going to hit the Laohu. That could result in a knockdown. He's just unsteady for now.
What can I do for you?
The Mauler is going to close in over here.
Got it.
Hit odds are definitely going to be best on the Laohu. There's no way around that. I would love to Warlord, and so we shall. And we're just going to fire whatever we can at this guy. We can actually get away with firing everything. Well, other than the AA missile rack, but that's okay.
Right, Commander.
We did hit with one of those Gauss rifles. That should be a knockdown.
What's the
There we go. The Laohu is knocked down. Okay. Now, next up is the Fafnir. The Fafnir is going to sprint up as far as it can. We need the Fafnir to get closed in. We could fire on the Rakshasa, only 10% hit odds. 37 on the Laohu. We'll take those. This is probably a kill. Yep, that's a kill. So Laohu is down. Beautiful. Next up, they're going to be moving their Gausszilla. He does not fire.
Yes, Commander.
Cool. The Atlas is going to continue to back off over this way. We're going to Vigilance it. And we're going to fire on the Rakshasa. Hit odds are not great, but we'll pot shot it.
Yeah.
We do hit that large laser, and a fair number of missiles there. Cool. The Rakshasa moves now. What's it going to do? It's going for the Atlas. I was hoping it wouldn't. Luckily, it didn't get any serious damage in. That Atlas could die, is what we need to remember. The Rakshasa closed in a little bit there. That's not awful. So what are our allies going to do? The line holder goes for the Rakshasa, gets no damage. Okay. And now the Thunderbolt is going to move. I want it to move up and hit the Rakshasa. That's perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. So the Thunderbolt goes for the Rakshasa. It doesn't get a lot done, but it gets a little done. Our friend going for the Thunderbolt, not ideal. I would prefer the Rakshasa, but it probably had better hit odds on the Thunderbolt, in all honesty. So it's our turn now, and our Atlas is going to position out over here. We need to protect our right-hand side, and that's exactly what this angling does. We're going to Vigilance the Atlas again, and we're going to continue trying to hit this Rakshasa. This is a slight heat drop, so that's okay. Did we stray shot our Mauler? We may have. We'll see.
I'm out of long-range missiles.
I don't believe we did. Yeah, we just missed. That's fine.
Standing
So
by.
next up is our Salamander. The Salamander is going to close in to the side arc over
Copy
here.
that.
And we have moderate hit odds on the Rakshasa currently. Much better on the Thunderbolt, but I think we're going to take the Rakshasa. Now, are we going to fire AX? Yes. We are definitely going to fire AX. Structure exposure.
I am out of SRMs.
I think you're out of AX MRMs,
Yes,
but
Commander.
sure. The Awesome's going to move up over
Roger
here.
that.
Now, we're probably going to stray shot if we fire the heavy PPCs at the Rakshasa. So I think we'll fire at the Thunderbolt instead. Nice structure exposure there. Streak SRM ammo explosion there.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that was some pretty good shots there. I like it.
Orders?
The longbow is going to continue to protect its right-hand side, and it will need to point like so. We will Vigilance it as well, and we're going to hit the Rakshasa. reasonable hit odds, actually. I'm surprised these hit odds are this good. So our ELRMs will fire, and we'll also fire one enhanced LRM-15. We're possibly going to see a knockdown here from a leg destruction. Ammo explosion. The Rakshasa is gone. That's fantastic, because that was by far the hardest for us to hit. Now, we can evac at any time, but I'm going to finish off the Capellan forces.
Waiting on you,
The
Commander.
Mauler is going to move up over here, and we're going to potshot the Heavy Gauss. We're not going to fire the Clan. Actually, we're not going to fire the Inner Sphere ER medium lasers. And let's see what we get. Actually, that was a pretty solid hit. That's a knockdown on the Thunderbolt. Beautiful. Next up is our Fafnir, which is going to close in on that Thunderbolt.
Position confirmed.
This will likely kill it, although the hit odds aren't great.
Firing.
Yeah, it's dead. So all that's left is the Gausszilla and the Griffin.
Target destroyed.
Now, both of those are out of LOS over this hill.
Waiting for orders.
So the Battlemaster is going to start advancing.
Double time. Let's go.
And let's see if they start coming towards us, or if they just chill in this forest. Okay, that's not very relevant.
I'm here.
So the Bull Shark is going to remain where it's at, and we are going to continue dropping artillery on the Gausszilla.
Locked on target.
Kaboom. That's a lot of armor shredded off of that guy. So the Gausszilla moves out over this way. They're still not spread out enough, really. The Lineholder moves up. The Griffin moves up. Neither of them fire. Same with the Highlander. Okay.
Receiving you.
So the Atlas is out of LRM. So we're just going to leave the Atlas where it's at.
Confirmed. Holding.
The Longbow is going to fire on... In fact, it should turn like so. And it should fire on the Gausszilla, really. The Gausszilla is the larger threat. So we'll strip armor off of that guy. Excellent.
Keep an eye on my heat, Commander.
The Awesome is going to move up. It can fire its LRM as well. Hit odds are 29.2, and yep, the Gausszilla it is.
Target locked.
So a little bit of damage to the Gausszilla there, not a whole lot. Okay, more missiles going in. I like it.
Yes, Commander.
Our Salamander is, of course, going to want to sprint forward and drop his heat. Okay. Our friend the Griffin moves up, also fires on that Gausszilla. Gets a little bit more armor strip in there. I like it. Our Mauler is going to sprint on forward. Well, down the ridge anyway, and sink its heat. Our direct fire weapons are not useful at this moment. So the Battlemaster will continue to close on in.
I'm here.
And in the meantime, so will the Fafnir.
Let's move.
Of course, we're going to continue bombarding our artillery up here, but let's see where they move. They were spreading out a little bit last round. Let's see if they continue that. Yeah, so the Griffin moves up over here and actually exposes LOS.
I'm receiving you.
Fascinating. The Bull Shark is not the mech to take advantage of that. The Gausszilla is still our target. We have broken through the armor on the Gausszilla,
Reporting critical hit.
so that's beautiful. The Highlander moves up, does nothing of note. The Gausszilla will move now. It heads over this way, continuing to hide.
Confirmed.
Okay. So the Longbow could move up over here and have direct LOS on that Griffin. We still want to protect our right-hand side, and so we shall. And we're going to fire just the ELRMs. We're not going to get too much damage out here, but we'll get some. Okay. Moderate damage.
My heat.
The Awesome is going to close in.
On my way.
Now, we're at a point where depending on where this armor breach on the Gausszilla is, and we don't know, any of these shots could theoretically destroy the Gausszilla. I think it's a
Reporting critical
torso.
hit. Out of LRMs.
I think it's a torso breach, but I don't know that for a fact.
Copy that.
The Salamander moves up. And let's see what our allies do. No damage to the Griffin there. Okay. So that's fine.
What can I do for you?
The Mauler is actually kind of interested in moving back over this way to engage the Griffin. Kind of interested. Not entirely. Our friend the Line Holder moves and attacks that Griffin as well. 4 more damage going into it.
What's up, boss?
The Battle Master is going to continue to advance up here. And we actually see an LOS on this Godzilla. Now, the Godzilla hasn't moved yet. We are vigilancing the Battle Master because it could take a beating from this Godzilla here. We are also going to Warlord it to boost our hit odds. And we're going to see... Yeah, that's that torso there. So we're going to see if we can't eliminate that torso anyway. And the answer is no, we can't. Okay.
Standing by.
So the Fafnir is going to follow up.
Copy that.
The Godzilla is going to move not yet. It's going to be the Griffin first. Where does the Griffin go? It advances over this way, goes for the longbow. That's fairly expected.
Keep an eye on my heat, Commander.
Okay. Next up is the Bull Shark, which is going to continue to hit the Godzilla.
Locked and loaded. Here it comes.
We did get an engine crit there.
The Cobra strikes.
That's interesting that we got an engine crit there. Yep, XL engine. Okay,
Ready.
fascinating. So the Atlas is going to step back over here and is going to potshot its Gauss rifle and ER large lasers out at this Griffin.
Target confirmed.
We did hit one of those ER large lasers. Cool. Our friend the Highlander moves up, doesn't do anything of note. This is where the Godzilla could tear into the Battle Master. Through armor, taking out an ER medium laser from fresh. That's unfortunate. It's not difficult to replace an ER medium laser, of course, but that is obnoxious. The Battle Master will close on in here, and we still don't have good hit odds. No sensor roll. Man, more bad luck. Okay. We'll fire on the Godzilla, and there we go. Engine destruction. That's what we wanted to see. So all that's left is that Griffin.
Aye, aye.
The Awesome is going to head over this way. I would love to see it get into
On the way.
LOS to attack the
Double
Griffin, but it's not going to. Next up is going to be the Salamander. That's also not going to get into LOS to attack the Griffin at this time. That's okay. It'll move up over here.
Yep.
And the longbow is going to be able to attack the Griffin. We're going to only fire the one ELRM, though, because of heat. A decent amount of damage there.
Aye, aye.
Not great, but it's okay. The Fafnir will follow the Salamander. We'll see if our allies do anything of note. Our allied Griffin moves up, does not hit their Griffin. Completely whiffs. That's okay.
Waiting on you, Commander.
So our Mauler is going to get into
Right,
position
Commander.
here. And I want to go into the active abilities. There we go. Well, Warlord, and we're going to pot shot this guy. I don't expect very much here, in all honesty. Ooh, we did hit with one of those. It's actually a big deal. Lineholder moves up, fires on that Griffin, and that should make it unsteady or very, very close to it.
I live to serve.
Our Bull Shark is going to fire next. Do we want to fire direct fire? Let's do it.
Locking target.
A reasonable hit there. Now the Griffin's going to move up immediately after we made it unsteady, which makes me sad. And then it's going to fire on the longbow. For now, the longbow's fine.
Is that all you got?
Okay. So next up
Standing by.
is the Atlas, and the Atlas is just going to continue pot-shotting through this corridor. We don't expect very much here. 36 damage. Okay. Better than nothing. Our allied Highlander moves up, fires on that Griffin, Gets nothing done. Okay.
Let's do
The
this.
Salamander is going to get the kill.
Roger.
There's no doubt about this. The Salamander absolutely gets the kill here. We're going to Warlord. Did we fail our sensei roll? Nope, it's just the ECM stealth.
Target locked in.
But we still get the kill here, I'm sure. Actually, not quite. We did make him unsteady, but he moves instantly again. That's kind of unfortunate, too. He's getting good rolls on when he gets to move. But he moves up and goes for the longbow yet again. Okay. I mean, the Fafnir will just move in.
My heat gauge is getting pretty high.
Yeah, that's expected.
Confirm.
Or perhaps the longbow gets the kill here. Oh, yeah, the longbow gets the kill here. I think that's pretty true. Well, maybe not. We can only fire the one ELR round. But we'll see. There it is. Beautiful.
Target down.
Okay, so really we didn't take that much damage. It feels like we did, but we got very close to taking significant damage. We did not take significant damage. Just exceptionally close. So that's fine. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the salvage here. What are we really interested in the salvage? That's the question. And yeah, we don't care about this Atlas's damage. That's irrelevant to us. The longbow was close to taking significant damage. That through armor ER laser destruction made me very sad. There's no doubt about that, but what are you going to do? It happens sometimes. We could take Annihilator parts. I don't think I'm too interested in another Godzilla part. Realistically, I don't know that we're interested in any of those parts. We could take ER medium lasers to replace the one that we lost. There's also an HGR here. We don't have one of those in stock. So I think that's what we're going to go for. There is a Gauss Sniper FCS here. Does that work with heavy Gauss? If that's the case, we drop the ER lasers. I'm assuming that it does. We're going to take that. And we have 9 medium lasers as is. This PPC we don't need. Case 2 we don't need. Endocomposite armor we don't need. Engine heatsink +2, that's always handy to have around. A Guardian ECM, standard heatsink cooling, standard fusion engine. Okay, not too bad there. We're going to keep the Gauss Sniper because I would like to see about putting that into the Mauler. I feel like that would be a really good boon, that +3 accuracy. Like, I really feel like that's powerful. Assuming that works with heavy Gauss. But I believe it's the category Gauss, not specifically Gauss rifles. Because there are so many variants of Gauss, right? I believe that's talking about the category. I want to put that into the Mauler before I forget, so we're going to immediately do that here. Now, as far as how much damage we took, it was some, to be sure. There was definitely some damage. Let's go ahead and get a couple of repairs underway here. 170k in 23 days. It's not going to actually take that long, but we need to replace the ER medium laser on the Battlemaster. And I'd like to get that FCS in. So let's do that right now. It is past time to put a cut in here, and once I'm done with these very, very small refits, I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And let's get this Mauler refit quick. All we're going to look to do here is put in that fancy new FCS. Currently, we've got a ballistic accuracy FCS, and I believe that technically Gauss rifles may not be ballistic weapons for the purposes of this, but I consider them ballistic in my headcanon anyway. But regardless, this is going to be an upgraded FCS. So that is fantastic. So we're going to put in the Gauss Sniper FCS here. And then we're going to max out this armor. This did not max out the armor. We're going to max out this armor. Thank you very much. There we go. So we need to put in a fair amount of tonnage here, because the max armor button, it's slightly bugged with the heavy Pharaoh. Understandable, but still slightly annoying. So we're just going to max all of this armor out. I believe the Mauler was underweight as it was. So I think we can get all of this armor in. Yeah, 0.2 tons. There we go. So we're going to get that done, installing that fancy new FCS. And I also want to make sure to remember to replace the ER medium laser. Now, I don't know if we have an ER medium laser on hand, which was one of the reasons why I was interested in taking one from the last salvage. Let's see here. We're looking for the Battle Master. There we go. All that happened was a through armor critical there. Just very bad luck on losing that weapon system, but it's not like it's difficult to replace, so that'll be fine. Okay, so that was the ER medium laser out over here, and of course the armor in this torso was dropped as well. That was the literal only damage that the Battle Master took. Just the one shot, and it just happened to through armor. Unfortunate. Okay, so we need an ER medium laser if we have one. We do. We do have an ER medium. So there we go. Perfect. And the Battle Master still has quite a lot of available tonnage. Oh, this leg. Right. There we go. That's more like it. Beautiful. There we go. So now it's time to put that cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get these repairs done and head back out to make additional funds. I already did the outro, so I'm not going to do that again. And I will just say, I will see you all next time. I want to get these in order. Descending order for these, and then ascending over here. Perfect. There we go. See you all next time.